You pretty little thing, you. Hi, YouTubers. I'm asking about because I figure the people that are watching my improv series are probably people that have seen me before. If you haven't, I'm sorry, that was a bit of a weird introduction. I'm Chez. Hi. And this is my Selma Series 2, and we're going to show you a bit of a tip for improvisation. If you haven't watched my video on major intervals in ear training, I recommend you watch that. This is the minor one. For ages I've been meaning to get round to this. So the principle behind it, sorry this is filthy, the principle behind it is that when I'm improvising, I partly use kind of my understanding of the key that I'm in and what harmonies work for that and what notes and intervals work for that. And then part of it is literally sort of having an idea in my head, regardless of what key I'm in, and having kind of a song in my head and realizing that on the instrument. It's called relative pitch when you can do that. I don't have perfect pitch by any stretch of the imagination. Perfect pitch is when you know whether it's an A or a B or whatever, you just know that note. I don't have that. If you do, lucky you. So it's learning how to improve that relative pitch so you have the freedom to make stuff up in your head, improvising, and realize it on the instrument. And you know, you can get good at that in two different ways. One is just playing a lot, and trying to work out tunes all the time. But also this will help you, this sort of interval training. It helps you just sort of start to really hear pitches. Like there's certain ones, like in my major video, like the fifth, which is Star Wars. If I hear that fifth, I just think Star Wars, and it works for me. I can get to that fifth. I know what a fifth sounds like. So it's about training up that feeling on all of the intervals. So we're going to do the minors now. I'm just starting this on a G if for some reason you're playing and copying. And the minor second will be a G to a G sharp. I mean, not only is that just a really close interval, that's what you'll hear. You're like, oh yeah, must be a minor second because they're really close. But it also sounds a little bit like Jaws. Get the idea. So, minor third, if I'm on a G, that's taking me to the B flat. To me, that sounds a bit like Georgia, Georgia. If you haven't heard that song, you need to learn it. It's beautiful. Listen to the Ray Charles version of it. It's stunning. Just went into my own little world there. Sorry, we're talking about intervals. Okay, now odd one. The next one up will be your sort of flat five, your minor five interval, which for us would be a G to a C sharp. That's a weird one. That's quite difficult to find actually. To me it sounds a little bit like the beginning of The Simpsons, but I don't know if that's going to be much help for you. Whatever it does at the beginning of The Simpsons. Or this is a bit of a cheat because I used this for my major 7 in the major videos. I used Maria. But you could use that. I mean, I think this is technically what the interval actually is in the song. Sorry, I've just been eating loads of chocolate. I feel a bit sick now. Like having a little burp to myself there. Caught on camera. You could do it there instead. So G, C sharp, D. That's your flat 5 interval. Next up, we've got the flat 6. So the G to the G, A, B, C, D, E flat. That sounds like The Entertainer. Hopefully that one's a useful one for you. Last one, so if we were in G major, if you know your scales well, you'll know that it has an F sharp. So if we're now making that a flat 7, that would have been the normal 7, that will now be an F natural. Again, there aren't many songs that start with a flat 7 interval. The best example is another, for some reason I'm a bit obsessed with West Side Story. is that there's a place for us. Again, if you don't know it, for God's sake, go and have a listen because it is stunning. Bernstein, you absolute legend. So beautiful. So yeah, that's all of them. I suppose we should finish with a little bit of a test, really. That'd be a bit of fun. Here's your first one. What could it be? And I might put the answers in the description box actually, because that's a bit harsh otherwise. If you need the answers, check them in the description box. Let's do a couple more. One last one. What one's it gonna be? What one's it gonna be? Hope that was useful. Give me a thumbs up if you like these improvisation videos. I've got loads of more thoughts on improvisation, and I gather there just isn't enough online for you guys to learn from. I had a limited tuition in it actually. I learned a lot on the job, but I definitely had some strong thoughts on what could be helpful for you and ways to practice. So if you are finding these videos useful, then for goodness sake, give me a thumbs up, comment, let me know. It's very time consuming making these videos, so I love hearing from you. It encourages me to do them. And if you've got any other thoughts and things you'd like me to chat about or chat less about, perhaps you're like, that's really annoying, could you stop doing that? Do let me know. How am I ever going to know otherwise? And yeah, if you haven't already subscribed, you should. And follow me on Twitter and Snaptagram and all those kind of things. And I will see you in the next improv video. Bye guys. Love ya.